Right, let's take you to the Free State, where municipalities in that province are on the brink of losing nearly 800 million rand meant to provide services. The Mangaung Metro alone accounts for 500 million rand. The money hasn't been spent despite a backlog in services such as water supply and sanitation. Some Free State residents are still subject to the bucket system. Let's discuss this now with Manguang Mayor Mxolisi Siyonzana, who joins us now virtually. Thank you very much, Mr. Siyonzana, for your time here on eNCA. Just first of all, explain to us how this works. If there are no services and people are protesting violently in, areas such as Mangaung and Bloemfontein, and then you find out that there's money that might have to go back to Treasury because it's not being used, and this is a lot of money that could have actually helped to eradicate the service delivery issues in the Free State. So just explain to us how you find yourselves in this position.
No, thank you, Mayor, by giving us this opportunity to explain to the citizens of Mangaung and South Africa. I think it's important for us just to explain two things, particularly on the 500 million. The cycle of budget, it's June, starting July until the following year, June. Now, Mangaung received 500 million. I will say it's 500 million because around April this year, Makubai gave us 300 million. Sorry, MEC Dugwana gave us 197 million. They gave us this money after the adjustment budget, which was around February. They gave us this money with conditions. These conditions: go and spend this money in Vista 2 and 3. We were not allowed to use that money to deal with sewer spillages with Sabelo, Tabanzu. That money was meant for the presidential project, which is Vista 2 and 3. That was April. We were expected to spend that money in a period of 2 months. And you can't spend money of a municipality before you budget it. When you've got extra money, you put it on an adjustment budget. What happened? We had spent 142 million out of that money. We then realized that we are not going to spend all of it. We then apply for a rollover. The provincial government knows that they gave us this money around April. They didn't approve the rollover.
Yeah, so
and
your hands were tied, basically.
I beg pardon?
So your hands were basically tied. You're saying that, you were not given many options to be able to stretch anything. There was bureaucracy and red tape around how you could use the funds and how you could use the funds that remained after all the projects were completed.
I remember, for instance, I said we've got a number of bedlocks. We can take this money, spend it in other projects. They said no. We want this money to go to Vista 2 and 3. Portion of it, we had used it, but because of its 500 million, you can't just spend the money not proper. We did spend 142 million. But again, that money was coming from different municipalities who didn't use their money. The money that we received For instance, we had spent
I'm sorry,
$500
Mayor.
million.
Have those municipalities explained to the provincial, executive, or have you had any meetings as to why some municipalities are not using the money that they're supposed to use?
I think they are going to explain. You are talking about the municipalities in the state. But I think, let me just explain. There's money that was taken from Ekurhuleni as well as Nelson Mandela. They took that money around February, and then they gave us because we had spent our money properly.
Okay.
That's why we were giving extra money. For instance, if you check our financials, the money that we budgeted last year, 2021, we spent it, and the national government, they were impressed by us. That's why they gave us extra money.
Oh,
the
they
money
were
that
impressed.
we're talking about.
A lot of residents of Mangaung are not impressed by your leadership and government there. They've protested, and you've seen it this year, violent protests saying that they don't have the services that they need.
Let me just explain. I think, let me talk about your sewer. We built a sewer plant. That sewer was that plant was more than 500 million. 2019 they came, national government, and they took money. The plant is there. I will show you. I took Deputy Minister Mahlobo to that plant. What is needed is only mechanical as well as electrical. They came, they took the money. It's a white elephant. We can't do anything, but it affects our people. So I'm just saying some of these things.
There's red tape and bureaucracy that's stopping you from being able to...
What we did, yes, can I just finalize this part?
I apologize, Mayor. The issue is that I'm running out of time, and I think I have given you quite a long time to be able to explain. But what I'm asking and what I'm getting from you, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Mayor, is that you're saying that, yes, you do get money and you do have the intention to use it correctly, but there's a lot of bureaucracy either coming from departments within the provincial government or departments within the national government that prohibit you from being able to do this. So how is your relationship then with your leaders beyond, the municipality? Because, I mean, there were also reports that even the PIC, for instance, or the ANC in Mangaung and in the Free State is agreeing to a motion of no confidence against you that the DA had brought to council. So what you're explaining to me, it looks like there's frustration in the relationship between yourself and your leaders.
Let me just explain one thing. Ourselves, we've been opening a number of projects. Your bridge, your sewer. There's a road that we are going to open, Mxolisi Road, as well as your Vereeniging Road. We are doing very well. But of course, there are areas, because Mangaung was planned years back, and our pipes are small. That's why you've got these villages. When it comes to e-leadership, I'm a deployee of the ANC, like any other deployee. You are given a task. A municipality which was under administration as early as 2019, in national government and provincial government realized 4 years back that Mangaung is having financial problems. When I came in as a mayor, Mangaung was already under Section 139, subsection 5A and C. It means it was actually run by provincial government. Around March this year, the Premier said, I can't manage this thing. Please, National, come and intervene. As we speak now, we are under national intervention. So I came in when this municipality was not run by ourselves, but by provincial and national government.
You found it already a mess, basically.
All right. So the matches that we are talking about, we came in There were marches every day in Mangaung. We stabilized. As we speak, you don't see those marches. And if you check the time that those marches, that they were about last year,
Yeah.
not this year, for instance, because we managed to stabilize.
Yeah. All right, Mayor. Thank
And
you
our
so much.
request is that we know that our people, they need services, there are challenges, we're working on those challenges, and we ask our people to move with us.
Okay. All right, Mayor,
But like
I have to let you go. I have to leave it there for now. We do have other news to get to, but I think I have given you about 10 minutes or so to be able to speak to us. And thank you for that interview, Mr. Mxolisi Siyonzana. He's the executive mayor of the Mangaung Metropolitan Municipality. It seems there is a strenuous relationship between himself and his executive leaders, either in the provincial ANC in the Free State or nationally. He says when he came in, the Free State, or Mangaung in particular, was already a mess in terms of its finances, and he's been trying to fix that. But every time he gets money, there's bureaucracy and a lot of red tape coming from national and provincial government.